Stop grading today by what it gave you back. The scoreboard lies to you every night. Tells you the day was good because the deal closed or bad because it didn't, and you believe it because the scoreboard is loud and easy to read. Marcus Aurelius kept a harder ledger than that. Accustom thyself, he wrote, on the occasion of anything being done by any person, to inquire with thyself, for what object is this man doing this? But begin with thyself and examine thyself first. Before you rate the day by what happened to you, he's asking a colder question. What were you actually doing and why? Tonight, answer that one first. The result gets its turn later. It doesn't get to go first. John Wooden coached a team to more championships than almost anyone in the sport's history, and he refused to talk about winning while he did it. I never talked about winning to our players, he said. When you start thinking about winning, you stop thinking about doing your job. That's not modesty. That's the actual audit method, because a scoreboard can be wrong about you in both directions, and you already know it. You can lose with total effort and still be the man who did his job. You can win doing less than you had, and it can't magically turn you into someone who did. So here's Wooden's real question for tonight, the one that has nothing to do with outcome. Did you give total effort everything you had? When you do, he said, the score can never make you a loser. And when you do less, it can't somehow turn you into a winner. Not, did it work out? Did you show up completely? That's the only line item the ledger actually needs. Now bring in the harder half, because effort alone can turn into an excuse if you let it stay soft. Musonius Rufus trained for exactly this. Not effort in general, but effort under conditions you didn't choose. We train both soul and body, he taught, when we accustom ourselves to cold, heat, thirst, hunger, scarcity of food, hardness of bed, abstaining from pleasures and enduring pains. That's not suffering for its own sake. Through these methods, he said, the body is strengthened and becomes inured to hardship, and the soul is strengthened too, trained for courage by patience under hardship, and for self-control by abstinence from pleasure. Effort you only give when it's comfortable isn't training. It's a performance that happens to look like training. So run both questions tonight in order. Wooden's first. Did you give everything you had, regardless of the result? Musonius Rufus's second, and it's the one people skip. Did you give it when giving it cost you something, when the bed was hard, when the easier plate was sitting right there, when nobody was going to know if you took the soft version instead? If the answer to the second one is no, the first answer doesn't count as much as you want it to. Notice what neither man lets you use as cover. Wooden won't let the scoreboard excuse a day where you coasted and happened to win. Musonius Rufus won't let comfortable effort call itself training just because you were technically trying. Between the two of them, there's no soft exit, only the actual question of whether you showed up at full weight when it would have been easier not to. Marcus Aurelius closes his own audit with a line that refuses every excuse you're building right now. No longer talk at all about the kind of man that a good man ought to be, he wrote. But be such. Not tomorrow's version of you, the one who finally has the energy. Tomorrow's you, at the actual hour the standard shows up. So set it now specifically. Not work harder. Name the exact hour the hard bed gets chosen again. The exact task you'll give full effort to before you know how it turns out. Wooden's players didn't get to grade themselves by the banner. You don't get to grade tomorrow by the outcome either. Grade it by whether you showed up complete, under the condition that actually cost you something to accept. Nobody else checks this ledger for you. There's no scoreboard official reviewing the tape, no coach posting the effort grade on a wall. Marcus Aurelius examined himself first because no one else was standing close enough to. Wooden asked his own players a question the standings couldn't answer. Musonius Rufus trained a body and a soul that had to report to no one but themselves. Tomorrow's standard gets kept the same way, quietly by you, whether or not anyone is grading the outcome. That's the standard signed before you sleep. Not scoreboard, not comfort. Effort under load examined honestly. Tomorrow, win before they wake.